Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going over to Bitcoin. We've got a CoinsKid crew. So regardless of Bitcoin, like I said to you, it's a massive engine, and it takes ages to get the momentum going. And when it does, it really does start to move in a certain direction. Like, this is why it's been coming down so much, because since November last year, it's just been coming down, coming up, coming down, and it's primarily moving down more than it is up. Obviously, this is why we're at these levels right now. But when Bitcoin does come down and bounces, it doesn't bounce and go up as much as the altcoins. Like I've always said to you, if you can identify a crash or a correction, and you can pick it out, you can find real good opportunities in these altcoins, especially the low caps. So this compete, I did post this on the 30th October, just before the crash. I did say, like, if we lose this green line, this is my buy zone down here, okay, where you've melted through this resistance down here, without backtesting its support. Look at the god candle. So that's immediately on the radar, and I've always taught you this. If ever you see green candles, just kick back, wait, relax, wait for the backtest of support of those god candles, because you will always come back, okay, and then that's where you enter. So for me, I did ride this up, I took a bit of profit here, and as this had come back, I've actually entered again here, and this has been an amazing trade whilst Bitcoin's doing whatever it does. And this is why I always relaying to you in the channel, if you are looking to make some money in the space, not necessarily on Bitcoin unless you're a long-term holder, in the short term, altcoins are your best bet, but they are extremely volatile. So please remember that. They go up so much. This is why they crash so much. Hence, Cardano is crashing so much, because it went from like 1 cent to over $3, I think. So that's a 300x in less than a year. This is why Cardano is having such a big crash and correction back down to support for the potential continuation of the big macro trend, which is overall bullish for Cardano, if you understand what I mean. So, right now, this is a fantastic trade. And like I've always said to you, altcoins, if you're looking to make money, it's all about your altcoins at this position right now, okay? So this was a lovely little trade. Let's show you the charts right now. So this particular trade got some bids down here, came up, back tested it as high-low, boom, broke out. So this is currently in profit from this zone here, roughly around about 90%. I think I'm in profit at the moment. I will be looking to take profit on that particular coin if something happens. I'm going to keep you updated as best as I can. I need to get a compete video out. This is a very low cap gem for me. There is a possibility, I know this is a Bitcoin video, that there is a possibility that was an A wave, this is some kind of B wave, and we're looking at a C wave. We could have some kind of large ABC correction. So for me, I'm looking to swing this basically, and increase my long-term holdings for compete. But that's a separate story. But right now, let's dive into the Bitcoin chart, okay? So looking at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame, then we've got a lovely little break of this orange line of resistance. Like I said to you, I think if we start to break that and take that out, we could be looking at a 1618 fib target at bare minimum. So that was a lovely little spot to go long. Once that were broken all the way up, I was looking at around about 4.89%. We're not quite there yet. I'm going to dive in and see if we can see anything else. We have got a little bit of a gap here on the EMA, so we're slowing down. Whenever you're going into space or you're taking off to the downside, you're really pushing down. Look at the gaps in the EMAs. You do tend to slow down. You never see these EMAs going vertical too much on any time frame. They do tend to curl around, go slow the trend down, find support. If you're holding support, fantastic, but if you do start to fall through these EMAs as support, then you're going to start to create the reversal basically and start to come in for the retracement. So right now it is slowing down. The trend is a little bit exhausted. If we drop the RSI on, we are creating a 1 hour bearish divergence. That's why we're getting a bit of a correction here coming back. Now this was a lovely little breakout, wasn't it? Look at that. It's a tradable event right there. Like I said to you, if this thing starts to break, you could go long with your stop loss on the swing low down there. That was a nice little breakout. For me personally, I didn't do it because I was really busy, okay? I've not made a video yesterday, and I didn't even look at the charts because I've been a little bit busy. I do apologise. So I didn't actually catch this little break, but I did talk about it in the previous update, and it's been a lovely little break to the upside. Not quite met the 1618. So what's going on here? Can we get anything else out of this little breakout that we've got? So usually, like I said to you in the trend, you do see 5 waves. So if we take a count here, we've got potentially the 5 waves could be in. So we've got some kind of 1. That was a 2. Potential big 3, this is a 4, and this is a 5. So you could be done here. Now it's a very similar situation that we got here as well. If we take a look, got this 1, this 2, there's a big 3, 4, and 5, and then the trend was done. If we take a look at the RSI just there, from that high there and that low, so we've got the bearish divergence there as well, and then we came in for the retracement. So we're doing something very similar. We've got the bearish divergence, and we could begin a retracement at this level. So if we take a look from this high, okay, from this high here to this low, where did we trace to? We traced all the way to the 0.5 fib before getting support and starting to come back up. So what we need to do, if we're going to go through a very similar retracement and this trend's done and this breakout's done, we need to begin to look at the retracement levels at this point, okay? So what I'm going to do is reverse the fibs. So what we do from the high, if this thing is cooked and it begins to come into this low just there, okay, and you've got like potential impulsive, corrective, impulsive, and you look at another corrective move, then theoretically your support should be the 0.5 fib at 16611. Now there is a level of resistance just there that we melted through in the God candle. Do you see that? And like I said to you, I wouldn't necessarily be looking to enter any spot trade at the moment until it can confirm resistance to support. So this is a really strong technical area of support for me that I'm looking at to be back tested, because just here we coiled up and we melted through on the hourly time frame with a God candle. So immediately what you could do right now, it's entirely up to you. You know, you could go short on Bybit or BitGet right now with a lovely little short opportunity to at least $16,524, which is around about 3.38% short. I would be looking to put my stop loss on this high just in case this comes up. It negates this potential short opportunity of bearish divergence for Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm looking for a little breakdown here, some kind of ABC. If it holds this, okay, take profit on your short. If it holds this and starts to come back up and takes that high, we could begin to look at some kind of impulsive and corrective moves to the upside right now for Bitcoin. Okay, failing that, if this retracement begins to come back, okay, and starts to fall all the way through the 1 fib down here, you've got another impulsive move to the downside with a minimal target of $15,287, and this would confirm to me that this is some kind of A, this is some kind of B, there's some kind of C, you're cooked, and right now you're looking at another impulsive move to the downside, and I would be targeting that as a minimal for a bounce at $15,287, which would actually see you put in a new low, wouldn't it, for Bitcoin right there. So there was a negative close for Bitcoin on a monthly time frame. I'm going to show you this right now, but for me, what looks likely here at the moment with a bearish divergence, just like you got the bearish divergence here, is some kind of ABC correction. If this holds support, like this came back and held support, amazing, okay, and we start to do something like that, you could begin to say this is beginning to look quite impulsive from the lows right there. That's the bullish scenario. So let's take a look at the monthly. Okay, like I've always said to you, it's really difficult to actually identify what kind of trend you're in until you start to create the structure of a long-term trend. You understand? So at the minute we are in a massive downtrend. We need to break out the structure of that, and one way we can identify that is closing above key levels of resistance. So let's take a look at the monthly time frame for Bitcoin. So looking at Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, something that is really concerning that Bitcoin's just done, okay, is the close below this June low. So this is called a kiss of death scenario. I've gone through this with you before, that, you know, one thing primarily, regardless of the structure of the price action here, the EMAs for me, they're really, really important, because primarily what you want to be and what you want to see for Bitcoin, if you want to be in an uptrend, okay, is just one thing. And it's getting your ass back above these EMAs and holding them as support, because this is a clear uptrend, okay? Clear uptrend. When you're falling through them and turning them into resistance, it's concerning, because it gives a long-term projection of a downtrend. Theoretically, you could say, okay, well, what we've got is this scenario here where we've come down, we've lost EMAs, turned into resistance, closed below, boom, okay, and we've come down and put the low in. So we're doing exactly the same, but we're doing it under the 55 EMA, which is something Bitcoin has never done. We lost the 55 EMA for a couple of months there and immediately got bought back up, okay? Held the 55 and 20 and 10, boom, see you later, important move to the upside. So right now, the long-term projection, given the resistance of these EMAs here, is down, because you turn them into resistance. You can see you've come down, had a little kiss of death just there, and then boom, you drop in. So the EMAs is kind of giving the game away that you're creating death crosses to a long-term projection of down. Do you understand? So we need to invalidate that by simply sitting and waiting and being patient, because this thing could absolutely go anywhere given the structure of the EMAs right now and the impending death cross on the 10 and 55 EMA, which is equally something Bitcoin has never done. Okay, so it's concerning. Look, it's never done it in the history of Bitcoin. Now, I've gone back at other charts, and when they've done this death cross, it's not a good thing. There's only been a few instances where the charts have recovered pretty quickly. So it is concerning, you know, it's the truth of it. Like I've always said to you, if we was to start to come down here and turn this into resistance, this would be concerning and worrying, okay, because it's doing something it's never done. I couldn't forecast it at the time because, you know, historically what we've done, we've always come down to the 55, held up support and start to come back up, but you can clearly see we're losing the 55, turning it to resistance, losing this low. So projectively we look like we're still continuing to come down until we're not. So one thing that I want to see going forward before I can get in, you know, even one little bit bullish about Bitcoin going forward, you know, of a potential impulsive move to the upside, is just simply one thing, and it's a close back above that blue line, okay? because we've got an impending death cross here over the next month or so. Unless Bitcoin gets a repel and starts to come back up, and this is the bottom just there, it's looking like it wants to come down effectively, and we've got this impending death cross that if this crosses, okay, this could be devastating in a long-term projection of a death cross. So what I would wait for at that point, instead of holding on to a falling knife like I said to you, is just wait for one thing, and it's wait for a close above that 10 EMA, the blue line. Once we close back above that, I think that's your confirmation statement of a bottom. Okay, you can clearly see here we've come down. Okay, we've had the 55 coiling up, close just there. Look at that close above the blue line. That confirmed another impulsive move to the upside. Very same scenario here. We come down, lost EMAs, turn these EMAs into resistance. As soon as we got that close above that blue line, you confirm the impulsive move. Okay, same scenario here. Come down, lost this. Okay, lost the 55. As soon as you close above the blue line, impulsive move. So it's just a waiting game from here. Okay, don't hold on to a falling knife, because where's the bottom? Anyone can say the bottom's anywhere, can't they? We can identify key levels of support and resistance. You can clearly see here in the charts we've got this massive leg of support just there. Okay, well, it's previous resistance we've melted through, and we've not necessarily back tested support. So that's primarily a target right now, that you've got this leg of resistance just there. See this? Okay, so effectively God candle broken through, and all you're doing is retracing to it for the support, and then you come up. So you can clearly see if that is the case, right now would not be a good time to buy, because projectively this is coming down. Okay, looking for the retest of this previous resistance and support, gets it and starts to come back up. Now again, you could try and time that perfectly if you want to time that, but for me, all I'm looking for is to close above the blue line once all this mess is over and done with. Do you understand? And that's it. That's my only sort of analysis going forward that would begin to look remotely bullish for Bitcoin, is a closer back above the monthly 10 EMA. From this point, wherever it is in time, is your go signal. Okay, and that's the earliest signal that I can find for you without actually creating any kind of reversal structure down there. So that's basically Bitcoin. At the minute, it's not looking too clever. We've got a death cross, impending death cross on the 10 and 55 EMA. We've had a negative close on the monthly time frame. So unless Bitcoin can get its ass back above right now and close back above the 10, it's still looking like it wants to come down. So where's it going to come down to? Well, just there, this massive level of resistance, not back tested support, and it really is that simple. Okay, hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and take care, everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.